Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing well. Today's video is going to be a review video on some makeup brushes which are very affordable and very amazing. So pretty much I needed some new makeup brushes. Yeah, you wouldn't think so, I know. But I wanted to get some new ones for my makeup kit and for at my work as well. I just wanted to have a bunch of my own brushes to use in those circumstances. Of course, you know me, I love a bargain, so I wanted to get some good ones that were also affordable. As much as I am lusting over the Zoeva ones, I just can't bring myself to buy them as they are quite expensive. I've heard a lot of YouTubers talk about Coastal Scents brushes, so I decided to go onto Amazon. I believe they have their own website, but I'm not sure that they ship to the UK, so I went onto Amazon and trusty old Amazon had some. I decided to go for the 22-piece brush set, and the box looks like this. So this was roughly £30, which basically, if I'm doing maths right, I'm not great at maths, but I believe it works out like £1.10 or something per brush, which is amazing. And also you get a carry case in it as well. Not that I'll be using that because I have a brush belt and obviously containers for the brushes, but it was nice that they gave you that as a little extra, and you know, some people might use it. Unlike myself, but people might. Yeah, that's what the box looks like, and what I like about this box, which yes, it doesn't look very interesting, but on the back it actually says like what kind of hair the brush has. So like some of them are synthetic, some of them are goat hair, some of them are fibre hair, nylon hair, pony hair, a lot of them are pony hair, rubber, and that's the variety you have. That's what the wee case looks like. It says Coastal Scents engraved on it and it's just black. It doesn't smell the best, it smells like fake leather, but no one will be sniffing it, Jamie. That's what it looks like when you open it up, and when you lift this up like so, you can see all the brushes. Now the brushes aren't in the order that they originally came in because I have taken some out and popped them back in, and they probably are not in the correct space, but I don't have OCD or anything, so it's okay. This pouch is actually quite good because everything has like a holder and it's just really nice. Like you have a wee zip thing here. Don't know what you'd want to put in that, but it's there anyway. So I'm going to go through each individual brush and talk a little bit about it. Hopefully I won't ramble on too much as I don't want this video to be incredibly long, and I've also tried out the brushes, like the clips I'm going to insert. I actually tried them for the first time, so I've tried them a good few times now. Let's just get straight into it. Okay, so this first brush is number 1. They all are labelled 1 to 22, which is actually good if you do like the order to be correct. Whereas I just shoved them in because I don't actually use this case, it was just for this video. But anyway, so this is number 1, and this is a fan brush. Now I don't use fan brushes because I've always been like, fan brushes, like I don't want to use them, I'll just use a different kind of brush to do my highlight. However, this brush has actually really surprised me. It's actually so good. I just pick up the product with it, pretend this is my highlight, and just dust it on the tops of my cheekbones. I actually use this to put a little bit on my eyebrow, I mean not on my eyebrow, brow bone, and then a little bit on my nose, cupid's bow. I actually put a little bit on my chin and my forehead. I like highlight everywhere so you can see it from space. Because this brush is quite sparse, if that's the word, like it's not very dense, I was a bit iffy as to whether it would pick up lots of product and pop on and look nice, but I can assure you this brush, why do I keep on doing that? Anyway, I can assure you this brush does a good job. Next is this brush, and this brush is actually number 3, so already I have put them in the wrong order. But anyway, this one I am using for foundation. It's amazing and it is so soft. When I first tried this out, I was applying my foundation to my face like I normally do. I just dot it on my face, and then I was doing it in circular motions, like buffing it in. However, with this brush, I feel like that's not the best way to like buff in your foundation. I find that tapping it like this is the best way, and I've used this a couple times on myself and on people at my work, and I just find that that's the best way to get a flawless coverage with the foundation, is to just tap it into your skin instead of buffing it in circular motions. Just tap it. Next is this big fluffy one. This is number 2. I have been using this, as you can tell, for bronzer. When I first tried it, I used it for powder, and I feel like it's amazing if you have oily skin and you really like to pack on your powder. It's good for that. You just obviously pick up the product and dab it again, and it's so good at packing on powder. It's also good for bronzer. As you can see, the shape is quite a nice circular shape to apply bronzer, and I feel like it would also be good for blush as well. Maybe a little bit too big for blush actually, but bronzer and powder defos. It's really, really nice, and it's also really, really soft. Next is this brush, and this is number 4. I like using this brush for blusher, popping on blusher. I feel like it just gives a natural flush of blusher because it is quite sparse as well. Seriously. I feel like this one is quite sparse as well, so it doesn't pick up too much product, which is quite good when you're applying blusher because obviously you don't want big pink cheeks, so you don't have to tap off the excess as much because it is sparse. So you just pop on the blusher, and I'm going to turn my phone on silent. So yeah, this is good for blusher. And I also find this really, really nice for highlight as well. I know I said that fan brush is good for highlight, but I feel like this is really nice for highlight too, and also setting powder underneath. Next is this one. This is number 5. This is an angled brush. As you can see, it's nice and angled. What was that accent? I like using this for applying bronzer and contouring. It's also good for applying blush as well. I'd just like to quickly mention that out of all of the brushes, I feel like this was the one that was the most rough. Like, not like as if it's sandpaper, but like the other brushes are so soft that this one just isn't as soft. Next is this paddle foundation brush. This is number 6. I really, really like brushes like these. I didn't normally like brushes like these, but I have grown to love them. I really like using these brushes when applying primer. Normally I use my fingers, but I like using these flat paddle brushes to apply primer sometimes, and also they are amazing at applying foundation because they're obviously made to apply foundation, so they're really, really nice. Okay, so now we're going to go on to some eyeshadow brushes, and I don't want to ramble on and talk about each individual one, so I'm going to kind of group these together. You get a few brushes to apply eyeshadow like all over the lid, and you get a really, really large one like so, which is one that I like to apply like when I'm applying an all over lid colour. I just like applying this because it's really big and quick and easy. I also like using this brush for applying highlight because I don't know, I think it's a nice size to apply highlight, and I've been getting on well with this, doing all over lid colours and applying highlight. These other ones are pretty much for applying eyeshadow as well, they're just different sizes. And I feel like the smaller ones are really nice for applying highlight in the inner corners and the brow bones. So as well as those eyeshadow brushes, you also get like a big fluffy blending brush, which is obviously really, really nice for blending. You get this weird angled one which is quite dense, and I'm not quite sure what I'm going to use this for. Maybe concealer, not eyeshadow actually, because of the shape. Just how it is, I don't really think it would be good for eyeshadow, more concealer work. And then you get 2 brushes like so that would probably be really good at packing on colour because of the shape and stuff, and the outer corners of the eye, just packing on colour to like darken up the look and deepen the crease and everything. You also get these 2 brushes which I have been liking applying concealer with. They're also the kind of brushes that I'd like to use when using like paint pots or cream eyeshadows. They work really, really well with those kind of things as well. Next are these 2 brushes, and this one's fluffy, this one's more of a sponge. So the spongy one I'm going to use to like smudge out eyeliner or smudge out eyeshadow, and then this one I'm going to use again like the other ones to pack on eyeshadows in the outer parts of my eyes to deepen up the outer V. Then there's this brush. I don't actually have a brush like this. This is a really small smudger brush, which is amazing underneath this area here. What's this called? The lash line area. It's really good for on the lash line area. Love it for that. Lastly, you get 3 slanted angled brushes. And these are absolutely amazing for using on your eyebrows. I used the medium one, I think, for my brows, and it worked amazingly. And these also work really well with gel liners, but I'd probably say stick to the smallest one for the gel liner and just the other 2 for brows, because these 2 are quite big for gel liner. Unless you're doing like massive wings that'll make you fly, and use them. But I'd stick with the small one and then these for brows. They all work for brows though. So guys, that's my wee review and demo of these Coastal Scents brushes. I absolutely love them, and I'd highly recommend them to absolutely everyone, especially if you need brushes for your makeup kit. Get these. So I really hope you enjoyed this video. Give it a big thumbs up if you did, and please hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, as I am ridiculously close. I think I'm at 9,600 at the moment, so I am super duper close to 10,000. Which is crazy. I cannot believe I'm nearly at 10,000, and I'm going to do a giveaway when I hit 10,000, and it's going to be a good one. So yeah, please subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys!